back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of our subscribers. I want to say thank you. I really do appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of our 200,000 subscribers, and the channel just hit 200 subscribers, and I really can't. The truth of the matter is I'm really overwhelmed. So I just want to say thank you to every one of you that subscribed, that hit on that button, and subscribe to Stylish Nigeria YouTube channel. I want to say thank you. Seriously, I really want to say thank you. I appreciate every and each and every one of you. I actually don't take it for granted. I want to say thank you for the love, for the support that I've gotten here on YouTube. The truth of the matter is that the journey has been amazing. Meeting so many people that I've come across here on YouTube. I really want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you so much. I actually don't take it for granted. I want to say God bless you, God bless you, God bless you all for subscribing, for your love, for your support. I really appreciate you all. Yeah, seriously, I do appreciate. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much, and I want to say thank you to God Almighty that has been helpful in this journey. The truth of the matter is, I actually don't know what I do. It's God that is just helping me. He's the hand that is on top of the hand that teaches, that is teaching everyone that has come across my videos on YouTube. I really want to give him all of the glory, all, not one. I'm not even leaving one for me. Do you understand? I give all of the glory to God Almighty for his help. So thank you so much. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew a dress. So it is like a two-sided gourd dress. It has something like some flare on the side. So it's like two gourd. So in case you know what the name of this dress is called, I actually don't really know the name. I'm just naming it two-side gourd dresses because it looks like a gourd peplum. So just drop the name in the description box for me. I would want to know. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then these are the fabric that I'm going to use. So you can see the picture up there. So you can use any fabric of your choice. You can even make use of an Ankara. You can make use of any fabric. You can make use of a raw silk. I don't think they are raw silk in the market anymore. The last time I checked, I couldn't find. Okay, so let's just get started. Okay, so I'm going to be making use of a pattern for this dress. So for those of you that actually don't like making use of pattern when you sew, like I normally say in all of my videos, it's good as a designer for you to learn all of the different skills of sewing. Once you know how to sew with freehand, it's good for you to learn how to sew with patterns also. And then if you know how to sew with patterns, it's also good for you to learn how to sew with freehand. This has actually helped me a lot, as in a real lot, in my sewing journey, because there are some patterns, there are some dresses that you will see, you know, okay, this is how I'm going to do this, and then it will come out easily and neatly for me. So for this kind of style, I'm going to be making use of a pattern. It's easy for you to make use of, because you cannot actually cut out your fabric, your original fabric. Even if you say you want to cut out the lining, it's good for you to make use of a pattern, do all of your alterations on your patterns, and then once you are done, you cannot transfer to your fabric. So with that, you are not going to have any problem whatsoever. So that's what we are going to be doing today. So I actually have, you are going to use, for this kind of dress, you use your basic dress pattern. So I made this video recently for those of you that don't know how to draft a basic dress. This is like a basic dress pattern. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we'll do all of our alterations here before we transfer to our fabric. So I'm just going to keep my fabric on the side. So for the fabric, I'm making use of 4 yards of fabric. So you can, 3 yards can be okay, depends on how big the person is. So I have my pattern here already. So what I'm going to be doing now, this is the waist of my pattern. This is the waist, and then this is the length. So for this, I'm going to be reducing the length of this pattern. So I'll just alter it, cut out what I want, the full length that I want before I continue. Okay, so I've cut out the length of my pattern. So the length of my gown is 35 inches. So you see, that's 35 inches. So that's what I'm using for the length of my gown. So the next thing, this is the waist part, but I'm going to come up a little bit for me to cut out the side of my to-do and the side, to cut out the side. So from my waist, I'm going to come up as much as 3 inches. So this is 3 inches here. So from this point, you are going to determine how wide you want each, that's how wide you want to cut out. So from this first part, I'm going to do 1 inch. So I'm just going to mark them like this. So on the waist part, that's on my actual waist part, I'm going to do 3 inches. So this is 3 inches. So I'm just going to mark them. This is 1 inch, this is 3 inch. And then on my hip line, I'm going to come in as much as 7 inches. So for this part, you can just decide on this part to, that's the down part, how wide you want it to be. So for this part, I'm going to do 4 inches. You know, my fabric is folded into two. So I'll do 4 inches. So I'm just going to mark like this. So I'm just following the mark that I marked earlier. So from this 1 inch to this 3 inch, I'm just trying to join all of the lines together just to create out that V shape. You understand? So that's just literally what I'm trying to do here right now. So once I take a look at it, like I said, that's the beauty of making use of a pattern. Once I take a look at it, I think I like what I have, I would continue. But if I don't like what I have, I will continue to alter my pattern. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use my pattern curve to like highlight. So registration is ongoing for our online classes. If you want to register for Stylish Naija online class, you can send me a message on WhatsApp from the number that is scrolling through the screen. Just send me a message. So we have 7 different classes presently. We have the Igbo Madam Blouse, padded Madam Blouse class. For those of you that want to learn how to sew padded blouses. We have a ready to wear class for those that want to go into ready to wear. And then we have a corset class for those that want to learn how to sew perfect corset. And then we also have an intermediate class, we have a beginners class, and then we have a trouser and jumpsuit class, and then an advanced class. So these are the classes we have. Just send me a message. Okay, so you see what we have here. So if I'm cutting, why I didn't want to cut it from the actual waist part, it's going to be a little bit low. If you notice from the picture, it is a little bit high. So that is that. So I think I like what I have. So this pattern, I'm going to use this pattern to cut out both the back and the front. The only difference is that the back pattern, I'm going to add a zipper allowance to it. Okay, so let's get started. So let me cut off this part now before I transfer to my fabric. Okay, so that side is up. So this is what I'm going to use. This is what I'm going to use now to transfer to my fabric. So the first thing I'm going to cut out now, I'm going to use this to cut out the two pieces, the back and the front. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've cut out the back and the front. So we're going to work with the front pieces. So I'm just going to keep the back on the side. So I'm going to fold my fabric. I'm going to fold it like an A line. So let me just get something to fold so you understand how I'm going to fold the fabric. So I'm going to fold the fabric like this. So I'm going to fold the fabric like this, and then I'll place here, and then I'll mark it. So I'll just do it for you to see it. Okay, so to fold your fabric, so you're the one that will determine how you will fold. So I'm using this down part as the width of the down part. So I'm just going to fold it like an A line, and then I'm going to take my pattern like this. I'm going to place it here. So I want you to note something. So watch the distance that you have from this point, that's this point to this point. So this is the part that you are going to pleat. So you are going to determine how wide you actually want it to be. So it depends on how big and full you want it to be. So I'm still going to fold mine a little bit. So you determine that. So I'm going to measure. I'm just trying to place it first before I measure. So I hope you can see it properly. So you just place it. So this is the distance from this point to this point is the part that has the plate. This side has to be the same. And then you curve it into the A line of your gown to have that fullness at the down. So I hope you understand. Just want to check. Okay, so I'm going to mark it now. So this part is just going to come like this. I'm just going to curve it into this part. So from this point, so this is the beginning of my dress. That's my waist part. So this point to this point is where I'm going to pleat. So what I have about 10 inches. So when I pleat it, it's going to be full. And then this part, you're just going to follow the same side of your dress. You understand? Just follow the same side. So you see, you can see the curve already formed out nicely. So because this is the part that you will pleat, so you see once you pleat it like this, you see the shape is already coming out. And then from this part, once you get to this part, from this part you are going to measure. So for it to sit properly, you are going to measure just, you know, the way we measure our A-line dress. So this is 22. You are just going to take it like that, and then you are just going to keep measuring it like this. You understand? So it sits, it comes in properly. So this is the shape of your this part now. So I hope you get the concept. I really hope. So I'm going to cut it out now. So for the down part, the width, you can determine how much width you want. So that you can do. But mine, what I'm using to measure mine is the pleat. So from this part like this, I'm going to put a notch here because I don't want to miss it. So when I cut, I'll put a notch here. I know that from this point to this point, I'm going to pleat it. So that notch is very, very important. So you see it. I'm going to put this notch. So I'm going to open it and show you now. So I'm going to put that notch here like this. So I'll get the back piece. So you know the back piece I've not opened because of the zipper. I've not opened it up. So here is how it's going to sit. So I'll use this part so you see it properly. So from this point, so when you, I'm going to stitch. So from this point now, this part like this, I'm going to pleat the whole of this part. And then I'm going to, so you see once I get to that point where I notch, and then this part is going to come in and sit here. So once I'm done, I'm going to trim it properly and then align it properly. So this part is going to be pleated. So I'm just going to pleat it. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do, so I'll cut out another one for the other side, and then I'll open up my back piece, and then I'll go and join it along the zipper allowance part. So I'm not adding a lining to this dress. So what I'm going to go and do, I'll go and cut out the facing for the neck. I'll sew all of the neck and then join the side. That's what I mean by join the side of my gown. I'll just join, this is the only side that needs joining. So I'll join here and then join here. So I'll do that and then come back and show you how to fix that part. Okay, so I finished stitching. So I'm just going to show you what I did. So I've joined my shoulder and then I joined the side of my dress. But if you notice the back, I've not joined the back. So here is how it is going to be now. This is one side and then the other part is the other side. So with this now, I'll be able to take this and then fit it into this part like this. So you see, it is a simple process. So what you are going to do, you are just going to take it like this. From this point to this point, you are going to stitch. So from this point, so it depends on where you actually want your pleats to start from. You can decide to stitch from this point to this point straight. Depends on what you want, or you, and then this other part. So you see my notch here. This other part, I'm just going to pleat it. I will pleat it into. I'll just pleat it along. You see it, and then this part comes back into this part. So I can decide to, you can, it depends on how you want to stitch it. You can decide to start from this point and then just make sure that the whole of this pleat is going to go into this part. If you want your pleat to extend into this part, just spread it out and then pleat it. So I'm going to go ahead and go and do mine now. So I've explained how to do it. I'll come back and show you how it will look like. Okay, so I finished stitching. So at the end of the video, you see how it is looking. So this is the back and then this is the front. So the only thing that is remaining now is for me to join the back, because it's easier for you to leave the back on stitch and then join the side before closing up the back and fixing the zipper. So I'm going to go ahead and close up the back and then I'll place it on the mannequin for you to see how it look. So for the original picture that I showed you, a net was actually added to this side. You understand, to give it that very bulky nature. It's not a very hard net, but a medium hard net was added. So if you want it to stand like that, you can decide to add a little bit of net. Just split it around it. Okay. Okay, guys, so at the end of the day, so you see how our gown is looking like. So it came out beautifully well. So like I said, so for the sleeve, you can add any sleeve of your choice. So I'm not, it's a simple pencil sleeve that was done. So I already have that video on my channel, so I can drop the link. I will drop the link on the description box, so you can, in case you don't know how to cut a simple pencil sleeve. So at the end of the day, the idea was for us to cut this side, to cut out the sided part of the gown. So thank you so much. If you find this video helpful, I will appreciate if you hit on the like button to make me know you appreciate what I did in this video. So thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. God bless you.